Hey everyone, it's ShockTech and down for the round 2 of the Dogfire Down and Dirty video on the ShockTech Gunfighter series frame, their new trigger frame. So I've already done my first video review on it, and as you guys know, I'm actually rather impressed with it. I think it's a pretty nice trigger frame. But as anything, I can't leave anything alone, so I got to screw with it, and I think I can make the trigger pull just that much better. So here I have the plate out. I can zoom in, and I'm looking at the quality of the plate. On the bottom, the glide area on the bottom looks actually pretty nice, pretty smooth. There's two top areas. There's the ball bearing area here, and then the area that would essentially rub against the bottom of your body, and they seem to be fairly decent. And those are the two main glide areas. One side of me says I kind of wish they would have done like glide. I don't know. I think it's a good concept. I'm not going to knock it a bit. I do like it. So anyway, my goal is to polish these surfaces that are the areas, and I'm going to polish the sides a little bit, just a little polish on it. But actually, the finish is pretty decent on this. Pretty impressed with it. So with that, and then I'm going to let me get my Allen here that will hold these screws. Where'd my Allen go? Hold on. Allen, where'd you go? Anyway, here it is. Here's Allen. Alright, so here's this up, and this is one of the glide screws. I'm going to zoom out here. And I can hold this up close, I think. There we go. And I'm going to work on I'm going to look at these, and I think these are a what size do I think they are? They're not the 10/32, I know that, and they're not I think they look like they're an 8/32. They're a little bit shorter than what I have in this package, so I'll dig around through my stuff and see if I can find some shorties. I may have some here. There's some more there's the plastic head 8/32. I think they're a little long. I think I bought two long ones a long time ago. Anyway, I may try the difference between the brass tip and then the typical nylon, which is what you saw in the old A&S frames, the green nylon tip. I may try a few different ones of those. But with that, I'm going to put it on pause. I'm going to bring back some polished parts and see how things work. All right, I'm back real quick. I just got done polishing the plate out, so let's see if I can get up here and get out of that. There we go. Yeah, you can see me. It's about a mirror on that. So I did that surface. I did this top area here, and although I have fingerprints on it, I did this back area, and then finally I did this area. This is where the roller ball for the sear resides on, and then I did the sides. I cleaned up the sides a little bit. It only took me a few minutes to do this. I'm going to do kind of each step at a time. My brass set screws and my other set screws are too long, so I have to order some. So I'm going to put the factory ones back in, and I'll go with that. All right, be right back. All right, I'm back for the final installment of the polishing of the trigger. And so I polished the trigger. I kept the original glide screws in it. They seem to be really rounded over the top, fairly smooth, and got everything set up, and actually put my trigger back on the right way from before. I had it upside down. I was afraid it was going to bind on there. It's a little crooked right now, but I'll deal with that later. It still feels really good. So what I have is just under about a 2mm pull here, maybe right at 2 millimeters. And nice and snappy. Actually, it feels very smooth. If I were to compare it against things, I would compare it against my Bell Cells Angry frame with the roller sear and polished parts. It's actually really smooth. So that's it, guys. A little polishing. I don't do it with the Dremel. I do it with the wheel. So to keep it nice and flat. But outside of that, there we go. Down and Dirty videos. ShockTech. Thanks.